Hey everyone, Thorn and Smash here, resident Apex Predator, and today we're going to go over my list for the Season 7 Apex Legends tier list. I wanted to say, please do keep in mind that this list is designed as though each legend was played by players with the same skill level of beginner to intermediate, so while some high level players can get much more out of the legends, we will be treating their skills and abilities as if a casual player is running them. Let's go ahead and then start with our first and only legend in the F category, and that is Rampart. Now, Rampart is bottom tier for a couple of reasons. Her passive for light machine guns can be somewhat useful, but it really requires you to then use a light machine gun to make her viable, severely hampering your gun loadout selection. Her barriers leave a lot to be desired, as most players can destroy them before they can be used, and her turret, while super powerful, makes you a sitting duck for any squad to pick you off if they aren't all grouped together. Overall, very shit legend, highly don't recommend her for pubs or ranked until she's further buffed. Moving into the D-list category, we have two legends. First up is Loba. Loba's passive of finding purple is only useful during hot drops. Any players looting an area will most likely find purple regardless, so it really just makes her a loot goblin. Her tactical is a watered down version of Pathfinder's, as you can't always predict where you will land. It makes a loud noise so every enemy knows where you are, and there is a stun when you land, so you basically become a sitting duck. The buff to her black market where you can grab infinite ammo is the only reason she's not an F level character. Still, I would rather have a Lifeline who can drop me a care package and heal me with a shield over this thick turd. Next up in the D list is Crypto, and this one needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Now, high level players can easily push him to a level C, maybe even B level character. But for a casual player, you'll just end up staying in his drone mode and fucking over your team. He needs to be paired with legends to maximize his abilities. For instance, a Wraith. You set a portal in front of Crypto, EMP a team, and then take the portal to engage with your teammates. Most Crypto users won't do that and will leave their team to get killed 3v2. If you feel different, let me know in the comments, but I have him as a D level character for beginners. So now we move into the middle of the pack with C-list characters, and first up is Octane. He truly is one of the best solo characters to play as, but it's worth noting that his win percentage in trios, according to game data by developers, is one of the worst. His passive is one of the worst, as you get 1 HP with the buff, however, it just offsets his tactical. Anytime you make a passive offset another ability, it just sucks. Not to mention that when he gets his jump pad quite frequently, any solid player will just shoot you out of the air. He's better than the D and F characters, but still needs a lot more to be higher tier. Next up is my main Pathfinder. I used to qualify him as an S tier character, and my god has he fallen. His 5% increased damage with low profile makes him very easy to kill, especially with one of him being the largest legends, with his height. His grapple cooldown now heavily restricts him from repositioning in a fight multiple times, not to mention his passive is now shared with 2 other legends. Overall, the mighty have fallen very hard. Fuck you devs for not giving me back Robot Spider-Man. I imagine this one is going to be a bit more controversial. Basically, I have Wraith as C tier. She has an increased damage to her with low profile, just like Pathfinder. Luckily though, she still has a small hitbox to offset that. However, her issue is most players use her tactical as a get out of free jail card, only to be mowed down 5 seconds later instead of using it properly as a reposition tool. The portal is still great, however, with it now being destroyed by the ring, she doesn't bring enough to the table as a casual player, and most will use her incorrectly. Last up on the C tier list is Bangalore. She is probably the definition of C, perfectly balanced. They did increase the time of her ultimate from 8 to 6 seconds, which is great, but her smoke will often leave her own teammates blind and saying fuck this shit more than any other legend now that Caustic's gas has changed. Her run fast ability can be great, especially if paired with the smoke. Sadly, most other players will just hit their own teammates with the smoke while speed running right into the other team and dropping an airstrike like they're Gibby, fucking themselves. Now we're moving to the B-list category, and we have our new legend, Horizon. Let's give her a warm welcome. Her passive is actually pretty great and helps a ton with rushing the enemy. Her tactical is a more advanced jump pad and allows a lot of vertical play, and her ultimate can be a game changer if combined with a Gibby airstrike or any grenade happy legend. She's a solid B and a great legend to pair with someone, as long as you have complementing legends to help her with. Next up is Caustic. Now, they have increased the damage on his gas traps while taking away from other people getting blinded in it. Kind of give a little, take a little. He can still be great for boarding up a house for Final Circle, and make sure to drop a gas can on a fallen teammate, shoot it, and pick up your ally while shrouded in smoke. Solid defensive character with some extra health due to the hitbox, Can't go wrong with him. And the last for B class is Mirage. He is finally moving up as a solid character after spending so many seasons as the butt of the joke, and not because of his humor. His new buff gives 45 health to his decoys, which can be great against low level players. If you do spot a Mirage, look for one with blue lights or a gun on the back, as the decoys won't have that. And if you forego my advice, have fun shooting a decoy now for 45 damage and losing bullets in your clip only to be mowed down by the real one. Now we're going to start getting into the big boys. First up in A tier is Bloodhound. After quite a bit of buffs in the last few seasons, he can now scan beacons. Basically, fuck you, Pathfinder. He can scan enemies for the entire team and helps with situational awareness, and his ultimate basically can make you god mode if you continue to kill people. You get it even longer. Not to mention, if a solo legend makes it away, Bloodhound will follow you to the ends of the earth for the slaughter. Then we have Watson. She mainly gets this nod for her ultimate. It can be a game changer for the end of the game when you need shield health and you may be running low on shields and bats. Not to mention, it offsets all the grenades hucked at you and fucks Gibby mains, which honestly just makes me happy. Fuck you, thick boy. Her pylons are great as well, however most experienced players can get right around them just by simply shooting the bottom. It isn't that great of a tactical. Last up in A tier is Revenant, the ultimate king of third parties. His totem can be a frustrating mess to go against, not to mention his sneak ability to move just as fast without making a noise makes him a great flanker. His tactical can also severely hamper every single legend in the game, making him nothing but a shitty COD player with no abilities to get away. And last, we have the S tier. First up is the King of Thick. So, Gibby gets a gun shield that gives him 75 health for body shots, but let's say you light him up and destroy that sucker. Well, you still have to get him down with his extra 15% health. You were able to do that? Well, sucks for you. He just dropped a Gibby dome to protect himself, and that ally of his you knocked crawled into it, so he picked him up super fast. Oh, you were going to rush him while he's picking up? Too bad, he dropped an airstrike to send you back to Titanfall 2. You run into this dude, you're going to get fucked. Last up is our girl, Lifeline. Along with being able to heal faster, she gets the great ability to pick up her teammates almost at will with a goddamn shield barrier. Do you know how fucking annoying it is knocking the same person 4 fucking times? It's really fucking annoying. She can also get her team care packages, so tons of purples to go around. Really, she's just great because of the infinite pickup. If you don't finish the lifeline first, you're gonna have a really annoying time fighting her while another team is using that fucking Rev totem about to third party your ass because you didn't finish the fight. Alright folks, that's the tier list for Season 7. I know some of you may feel differently, and that's totally cool. Let me know in the comments below what you would have changed. I'm interested in hearing your opinions. As always, if you enjoy the comment, drop and like a subscribe. I do Apex content daily, and it really helps. Everyone enjoy Season 7, and I'll see you guys in the Outlands.